I actually think it's harder to recover from being committed to a bad plan than it is to pivot from not having a plan at all.
I don't.
Because
I don't.
Look at the situation the Jets have put themselves in by being committed to a bad plan.
Well, let's look at it.
They're in a tough spot now.
Let's look at it practically.
Okay.
Right. Let's say rather you know that you've spent 6 years spending money that you haven't earned, or what's a practical example? Like paying current bills with future income.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If somebody comes in and they say, "Hey, help me fix my budget," versus not really having a blueprint for incremental poor spending for the country, it would be more difficult to correct the latter than it is the previous. The bad plan, you at least know where they went wrong. A haphazard plan is hard to correct.
Ty, you there with us again?
Yes, I'm here.
Appreciate it.
Sorry about that, Ty. That was us.
That was on us. Ty, so here's the question that I was asking DB was, in the NFL, is it harder to recover from not having a plan at all, or seemingly not having a plan at all, or is it harder to recover from being fully committed to a bad plan?
That's a great question. I think it's probably harder to recover from not having a plan at all, because it's the kind of the I don't want to borrow the phrase deep state, but you have assistants, you have scouts, you have staffers, you have people that were brought in for various reasons at various times, right? And you need to be able to organize it. And if you understand, okay, well, so-and-so brought in this guy, because they're his guys. And, go Google one of the many times Amy Trask has gone on her Your Guys rant, right? You brought in people that you know or you were familiar with or that come from a certain philosophy, and they showed up here 2-3 years ago, and they were part of the bad plan. And, if anybody has proven they're adaptable and can be helpful in the new regime, okay, cool, you keep them, otherwise you let them go. So if you've got a haphazard plan and you've pivoted 2-3 times over the last 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years, you've got a mishmash of people, and you come in and whoever comes in has to try and evaluate, well, why are you here? What were you good at? How did you get promoted into the spot that you are? And I think probably figuring that out and getting that kind of grip around the organization is harder than going, okay, well, everyone here was part of this new project to make Patriots East or West or South or wherever, and we can just safely let all those people go and build a new plan.
All right, so in another case of would you rather, and I was mad at Ravi because he kept asking me about the Steelers, and he knows I'm a diehard Steelers fan, but he gave me one between the Steelers and the Chargers. And this is a guy that listens to every Tomlin press conference. Like, I've been a Steelers fan for 45 years, Ty. And I think I said over the next 3 years, I'd rather be the Chargers. And I felt like I needed a shower after saying it. Would you talk me off that ledge, or would you be like, oh, I could see that?
There's a lot of reasons to be excited about what the Chargers are doing. Jim Harbaugh, saw him up close. We talk about 40 years. I just turned 43, and I saw him as a tiny child as a Michigan quarterback, and I watched him in the NFL, and I watched him as a coach in the NFL, and had a lot of respect for what he did in San Francisco. And then I watched him come coach Michigan, and saw him up close against my Spartans for years. So I'm familiar with him. Give him Justin Herbert, who I think just about every NFL watcher goes, man, that kid in a vacuum, right?